What is going on, my beautiful raspy riders? This is the Caroma P1, a sit-down scooter from Amazon. In this video, we're gonna go over the specs, do a test ride, but before we do all that, let's go and see how well this thing was packaged. Welcome to the Caroma P1 unboxing. Let's see what this baby looks like inside. Okay, we have some foam protecting the bike, box right here, more foam, and paper protecting this basket. Let's look inside this box. Ooh, we have the seat. Wow, that seat already feels really soft. The seat is in like a plastic bag, but it reminds me of one of those hairnet thingies. You know, where you wear this to protect your hair from water. Oh my gosh, this is so soft. Wow, look at this. I can't wait to put my bum on this. We have a bag of tools, some zip ties, our brake light, and reflectors. Oh, and the manual. Now let's see what the side view looks like. And this is what we're working with. Oh, we have another box. This is a 2 amp charger. So our battery is 7.8 amp hours. You divide that by 2 amps. And our charge time should be close to around 4 hours from 0 to full. Judging by the side profile, it doesn't really look like we have much to do. We just gotta fold up the handlebars, put the basket on, and the brake light. And I think that's it. So we're gonna put this together and see how this looks. Welcome back, guys. Now that the unboxing is done, let's go over some of the specs. Let me give you guys my first impressions. This thing is really cool. You don't see too many sit-down scooters that come with full suspension and BMX-like handlebars. The more time I spend in this e-bike and PEV niche, the more I start to like these smaller and smaller little vehicles. I do call them vehicles because they can legitimately get you around town. All right, let's jump into the specs. We got 160 millimeter rotors front and back, paired with mechanical disc brakes. Behind those rotors, we got mag wheels, so no spokes, and our tires are 14 by 2 inches, specifically 14 by 2.125, and they are made by Chaoyang. We have glossy black fenders front and back, and a light on top of that. Our forks are suspension. They aren't adjustable, but there is a little bit of travel to help you with those bumps. Moving on up, we have a little latch over here so that we can fold our handlebars. And just like that, it goes down. It looks a lot more compact now. You can definitely store this away very easily. Put this in your car, your trunk, or just tuck it away in the corner of your garage. Super compact. Our handlebars have a BMX style look to it. It's definitely a little bit longer than what I've seen, and it kind of reminds me of bunny ears, but they look good on the scooter. I dig it. Coming up top, we have rubber grips. They feel good and grippy, and our mechanical brake levers, they feel okay. Next to our thumb here, we have a little bell and our display. So we turn on this bike by flipping a little key ignition right here. Our display only shows battery bars, so it doesn't show you miles per hour, but this scooter is only supposed to be around 20 miles per hour. And to be honest, I never really care too much about the displays I get. I always end up using my phone GPS anyways. Below our display, we have a little light switch, and next to that is a full twist throttle. Coming on down to the deck, we have a nice and grippy floor mat. Is that what you call this? Or grip tape, something like that. And down below, we have a little storage area for our controller and battery. The battery in here is a 48 volt, 7.8 amp hour pack. This little scooter does have a direct drive hub motor and some regen braking. So I think realistically, you'll probably get 20 to 25 miles like the listing says, depending on how much you weigh. Now up here, we have a super soft seat. I'm really impressed with whatever foam they use in here, because this thing is just squishy. I like this a lot. And I like that it's pretty much the perfect size for this scooter. It's not gigantic, but it's not small. You can definitely fit a good amount of stuff in here. A water bottle, picnic blanket, food, everything you need for a good time. Attached to the basket, we have the brake light. It's super bright. People will definitely see you with this brake light. Next up, we have rear suspension, dual rear suspension. I read in an Amazon review that you can actually adjust the stiffness of these shocks. You see these threads right here? You can just twist it a certain way, and the more threads that show, the softer the suspension will be. The less threads, the more stiff it'll be. I can definitely feel the suspension working. It's not the most travel, but for something that's under $500, it's pretty cool to have dual suspension as is. And like I always say, having a little bit of suspension is always better than having something that's completely rigid, because then you'll just be relying on your tires to absorb all the bumps. Now, last but not least, we have our motor. On the website, it says that this is an 819 watt motor. I believe it's probably going to be a 500 watt motor that peaks at 819. That's my guess. But that's going to be it for the specs, guys. Let's take this thing on a test ride. Let's start with an off-road test with this grass. Yeah, I can feel the suspension working. Definitely feels a lot better than the rigid bikes that I try. Yeah, this thing is smooth. I absolutely love the direct drive hub motor. It is silent and there's no sprocket, so you don't hear any clicking sound. Yeah, this thing is handling bumps like no problem. It's not an off-road vehicle by any means, but if you just needed to go over some grass or a little bit of dirt, it's gonna be pretty comfortable. So we don't have any modes, which means we have access to full power at all times. I forgot to bring my phone holder, so that means we're gonna have to do our speed run by holding our phone. So we got the GPS right here. So let's see our top speed. Full throttle. 18, 19, 20. We're seeing 20. Yeah, buddy. Woo! $20 miles per hour on a scooter that has full suspension and is less than $500. Let me put my phone away so I can ride with two hands. It can't be the safest way to do a speed test. I can't get over how silent this thing is. That's crazy. All my bikes that I modify also use a direct drive hub motor, so it's pretty silent as well. But those things still have a chain and a sprocket and a freewheel, so all that makes some noise. This has none of that. This is just a motor that spins. That's it. So simple. I love it. I'm a size 9 when it comes to shoes, so this is what my feet look like on the deck. I got plenty of space. And if I wanted to, I'm pretty sure I could put some pegs right here and just have my feet right there. That'd be pretty cool, huh? I might do that. I might order some pegs and put them on here so I can rest my feet like this, and that way I'll open up a bunch of storage options for the center of the deck. I could put another battery there, I could put my backpack there. You could probably zip tie a basket there and have a ton of storage. You already have a basket in the back, but if you want more storage, you can put one on the deck. Okay, there's a left turn coming up. Let's see how this thing corners. This thing turns so sharp, so good. Another one. Oh my goodness. Man, I could imagine using this scooter as a base and modifying it to make it go faster, because this thing would be so fun. Let's go to the mall to our designated brake testing area and see how well this thing stops. All right, we are here at the mall parking lot. This is where I always do my brake testing. What we're gonna do is try to reach our top speed. Usually when I test these bikes, I reach up to 25 miles per hour and then hit the brakes. But this thing tops out at 20. So I'm just gonna try to reach the top speed and then hit the brakes at this orange pylon right here. We're gonna see how many car spaces it takes for us to come to a complete stop. At 25 miles per hour, the best result that we've gotten so far was 4 parking spaces. So this at 20 miles per hour, we should definitely beat that, right? Let's find out. Okay, here we go. I'm at full throttle, picking up speed. And brake. Ooh! I slid. Oh, you can see the line. There's the line. Whoa! We stopped in the 3rd parking space. Actually, we're even touching the line going into the 2nd parking spot. 1, 2, 3. But touching the line between 3 and 2. So that's our best brake test yet, even with mechanical disc brakes. This thing is just so light and the top speed isn't crazy, so I was expecting it to do pretty well. And it did. Man, every time I get back on the saddle, it feels like I'm sitting on a pillow for my butt. Feels great. Let's do a speed bump test without standing up. Yeah, the suspension, I felt it a little bit in the back. It's a little stiff, but the front felt pretty good. But it was way better than a rigid bike. I was just riding by the windows of the mall and I was checking out my reflection bouncing up and down on the seat to see how the rear shocks looked. And you definitely could see it traveling up and down. It's working. I don't think there's many scooters in the $400 range that comes with rear suspension, to be honest with you. The ones I see online are always rigid. So all those bumps are gonna be going straight to your gooch. Oh, look at this guy in front of me. A scooter in front of me, wish he had suspension. Ah, that's right. Caroma for the win. If you go side to side, it feels like you're Silver Surfer or something. So agile. Reminds me of my skateboarding days when I would use a longboard with those fat wheels. I'd go side to side carving. All right, guys, let's wrap this video up with some pros and cons. Let's start with the cons. It's always so hard to find cons with bikes or scooters that are actually good. I guess one con is that there's no horn. You only get a bell, but it's not that bad because you're not going to be riding this with the cars too much, so you don't really need a horn. I would probably just shout at the cars, to be honest. One negative thing I will say is if you look closely, the basket says it can hold a max weight of 5 kilograms. And I believe that's like 10 pounds. Let me double check. That's 11 pounds. So this thing can only hold 11 pounds. You know, that's good for most of the stuff you're going to be carrying, which is pretty much like food and water, maybe some groceries. But if they found a way to support the end of this by maybe having some type of rod that goes down to the frame so it can create like a triangle design right here, that would definitely give it some more support and you would be able to hold a lot more weight. But you know what? It has a basket and it can hold 11 pounds. This thing is solid. I don't really want to nitpick here. When you do these reviews, you have to take in consideration the price. And right now on Amazon, this thing is listing for $419. So for $419, you can't really nitpick at much. This thing is awesome. This thing's great. I would be pretty impressed if you can find other sit-down scooters that have dual suspension and come with a basket. If you guys can find something like that, link me down below. But I don't really think there are many options for that. This thing is pretty unique. It's definitely in a category on its own. I think if you're looking for a sit-down scooter that is very affordable, this is gonna be the scooter for you. I would easily rank this the best sit-down scooter for under $500. That's what I'm calling it, and I'm naming it that. That's it, guys. That's it. Dual suspension, comfortable seat, basket that can hold 11 pounds, and a direct drive hub motor that has regen braking. That's it. Yep. Best scooter under $500. There's not much else to say. Riding this thing is really fun. Super smooth, comfortable. This is the perfect little thing to ride around campus or to ride around your city. You're not gonna go crazy far on it, but just to get around, you know? Maybe go to a grocery store or your coffee shop. This is perfect for it. You don't gotta worry about a chain, pedals. It's virtually maintenance free. The only maintenance you gotta worry about is the brake pads. That's pretty much it. Oh, and your tires. Brake pads and tires. That's all the maintenance you'll ever have to worry about. Super simple. If you guys are interested in this scooter, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Thank you guys for staying with me till the very end. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Give this video a thumbs up and a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.